Coming up on Mountain News this morning, families mourned the loss of loved ones after a deadly shooting last week. And one group continues to bring hope to Eastern Kentucky through a restful night of sleep.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6:30 on Monday, July 15th. Now let's go on ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Time's a flying halfway through July. As we go ahead and look at the view right now, few things. One, it's still a nice looking sunrise. Two, a little haze, a little fog. And three, you can see some of the cloud cover issues that have also been coming in from the Cumberland Valley. And well, we'll deal with some cloud cover issues this morning, but all in all, a nice amount of sunshine today. Visibility now back up to 7 miles as you make your way through Harlan. Still hanging around 3.5 back your way at Monticello. And temperatures, it's feeling like the middle of July, that's for sure. Again, 68 outside our door here at WYMT, as warm as 75 right now. Off at 64 as you make your way through Rowan County. All right, here are the cloud cover issues. Again, pretty much along and south of the Helen Rogers. We're looking northbound toward Moorhead along and north of 64 for cloud cover issues to continue to sink southeastward from this weakening complex. There's another complex that's well beyond that back up across the northern plains. And that'll end up providing the impetus for some shower and thunderstorm activity. You'll have to start keeping an eye on for that for all of us late tomorrow afternoon, more so into tomorrow night. In the meantime, on our way up to 94 sizzling on a Monday. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast. That's coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Friends and family are remembering the life of two men who were shot and killed on Wednesday. 18-year-old Anthony Stidham and 20-year-old Braxton Marlowe were shot and killed on a Perry County strip mine after an argument. Dozens of people gathered for Marlowe's funeral in Hazard, and his mom, Jessica Spicer, says she will not stop until justice is served.
I am going to be their advocate. I will not stop until I get justice for those three boys. I will not stop. I will not sleep. I will not eat. I will do whatever it takes.
Visitation for Stidham began at 6, and tonight at Engle Bowling Funeral Home will be the funeral. And two people killed in a mass shooting in Florence last weekend were laid to rest. Funeral services for Delaney Erie and Hayden Rybicki were Friday. They were among the 4 killed and 3 injured last weekend after investigators say a 21-year-old shot multiple people at a birthday party. Donovan Gard, a friend of Hayden's, says he's still dealing with the shock of losing his friend.
It genuinely doesn't feel real at all. Like it's still, like, I'll think about him. Even the other night we were hanging out and I accidentally said his name instead of my other buddies, and it hurt. Like, nobody's gonna be over it for a long time, obviously.
We are told the 3 people who were injured are now in stable condition. Kentucky State Police is investigating an accidental shooting involving 2 children in Estill County. The Estill County Sheriff's Office called on KSP for help on Friday after a 13-year-old child accidentally shot a 14-year-old child outside of a home on Clark Road. The child was pronounced dead on the scene by the Estill County coroner, Jimmy Wise. Troopers do not suspect foul play. On Saturday morning, a man being taken to the hospital for a medical issue found himself behind bars. Billy Hall tried to attack a deputy with the Fleming County Sheriff's Office after exiting the ambulance. Hall was charged with attempted murder of a police officer. The deputy was taken to UK Hospital but has since been released. A bridge in London was named and dedicated in honor of a Clay County teen killed in a crash in 2016. Christopher Hubbard volunteered at the London Laurel Rescue Squad, which is where the ceremony was hosted on Saturday. He had plans to join the Air Force. Senator Brandon Storm, alongside family and friends, unveiled the memorial at Kentucky Highway 192 near the CSX Railroad Bridge. The search for a missing man in Rockcastle County continued over the weekend. 36-year-old Joey Miller was last seen on June 21st in the Greenfish area. State police held a land search for him Saturday morning. They're asking for your help. We spoke to Miller's family earlier this month. They believe he is still in Rockcastle County. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office needs your help identifying suspects in a car theft. Take a look at your screen. Deputies say the theft happened in a business parking lot off Highway 770 south of London just after 4 a.m. Friday. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Transportation Security Administration agents are seeing an increase in guns found in carry-on luggage at Kentucky airports. TSA data shows the agency found 62 firearms in Kentucky carry-on bags in the first half of 2024, a 21% increase compared to the first half of 2023. Louisville Airport led with 27 guns, followed by Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky with 25. Lexington's Bluegrass with 9, and Paducah's Barkley Regional with 1. The TSA says they found guns in Kentucky carry-on bags for around 1 in every 68,000 passengers. That's almost twice the national average. Kentucky saw nearly 4.27 million passengers this year, up nearly 11% from 2023. Families in 11 Kentucky counties impacted by the April 2nd storms, including Whitley County, only have 7 days left to apply for federal disaster assistance. The deadline to apply is July 22nd. You can apply in several ways, including visiting a FEMA Disaster Recovery Center, calling the FEMA helpline, or applying online at disasterassistance.gov. Yesterday, around 6 p.m., the City of Manchester Fire Department responded to a brush fire in danger of damaging property. When they arrived, they found 3 buildings were on fire and 1 home was starting to catch fire. Crews were able to put out the fire and save the home from catching on fire. After putting out any hot spots on the scene, crews left without incident. Chain pharmacies like Walgreens and CVS are shutting down hundreds of stores across the country, and small hometown pharmacies are doing the same. The Kentucky Pharmacists Association says more than 80 pharmacies have had to shut their doors in just 2 years. A report released Tuesday by the Federal Trade Commission shows one of the causes could be pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a rural and an urban problem. You know, we're seeing the price of medications go up, and that affects inventory costs for pharmacies, and then on the reimbursement side, what pharmacies are getting paid.
The FTC reports more than 30% of people are now rationing or skipping doses of medicine as costs go up and their pharmacies are disappearing. One Clay County organization is continuing to build beds for kids in need. Saturday's Sleep in Heavenly Peace hosted a build day. With the help from dozens of volunteers in the city of Manchester, they were able to build more than a dozen beds.
We had plenty of good help today. We had the city of Manchester and a local lawyer, Jenna Jackson, helped sponsor today. We got caught up with our overload, so we're on a regular mode now. And we're taking applications. We've got probably, I think, a half dozen beds on queue right now. And we're doing okay.
Rice says they have been able to build more than 100 beds for kids throughout Clay County.
Good Monday morning to you. Let's get you a quick weather update before you head out the door. And temperatures, well, it's what we expect here for the middle of July. 71 as you make your way through Prestonsburg, 71 at the London Corbin Airport, 67 in Harlan, and 70 as you make your way up into Ashland. All right, satellite weather composites, cloud cover issues, and we've seen this on our camera outside our door here, have come on in from the west along and south of the Hal Rogers. More clouds along and north of 64 as this complex is losing its punch. But again, some cloud cover issues as you make way from Moorhead to Ashland back into Lexington. But I think the rest of us are going to end up seeing a nice amount of sunshine once these clouds coming in from the Cumberland Valley depart. A little haze, a little fog this morning in the travel weather forecast as well. Afternoon, it's just going to be hot and muggy. Forecast high in Hazard up to 94. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast that's coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:39. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Kentucky continues to play a key role in a NASA program as some UK students help develop gear for space travel.